KVUE Political Director Ashley Godot joins us here now. Ashley, let's talk about some of the election night data that we're going to be following tonight. And of course, the numbers will start coming in about an hour from now, we expect. The first numbers we'll see will be those early voting numbers.
Absolutely. That's generally how this works. The polls will close at 7, but we'll start to see that flood of those early voting numbers coming in. Let's go ahead and get straight to the touchscreen, Ryan, to see what we're seeing. Obviously, polls still open, so this race is empty right now for Texas, but not for other parts of the state. This is really exciting. A new feature that we're bringing to you this year for this election is our electoral map. And you can take a look and you can already see the AP calling a few races, Brian.
And that's who we'll be following tonight with our touchscreen is the Associated Press. We don't call races here at KVUE. We're not even going to use ABC. We're going to use the Associated Press. As you can see, Indiana and Kentucky both called for former President Donald Trump. He now has a total of 19 electoral votes. Kamala Harris with 3 electoral votes in the state of Vermont. So we're going to follow this tonight and kind of see. And actually, you can show the people. We'll look back at times to 2020 to see where the vote was then. Go all the way back, in fact, to 2008 if we want to.
And let's just be honest, right now, this is not a surprise. Indiana, Kentucky, Vermont, not a surprise because in 2020, Indiana, Kentucky, Vermont, they went the same way that they did, same thing as in 2016, 2012. So these are some of those states that are reliably. You have to go all the way to 2008 to see a change, and that's in Indiana, where it actually went blue that year. We want to talk about some of the other local races that we're going to be watching, and of course, the big race that everyone is talking about is the race for the U.S. Senate.
Ted Cruz trying to win that seat again, I think, for a third time. If you go back to 2018, the last time he ran for the U.S. Senate seat, Beto O'Rourke was his opponent, and you can see 215,000 votes separated the two there. Some of the experts think this race could be close as well between Colin Allred and Ted Cruz tonight.
Right. And so one of the things that I think we should really be paying attention to when we're looking at this race in particular, let's go back to 2018 and let's look at some of the districts and the votes and how the votes came in, right? So Travis County obviously went to Beto O'Rourke. That's no surprise there. But when you're looking at how many people were voting, Brian, those are the things that will be interesting to see in some of our counties as well as the other counties when you look at early voting. So, for instance, Travis County early voting totals this year, already 460,530 people casting those ballots early. Okay. And the reason.
This was the total, by the way.
That's the total number of votes. So you have almost just as many people who voted early as they did total. The difference, though, that I want us to keep in mind is presidential year versus non-presidential year. We're going to see much higher numbers this time around, but this is going to be really telling, and it's going to be telling when we look at Williamson County, when we look at Hayes County, those types of things. Look at the total number of people who voted in Hayes County versus more than 99,000 already this year. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out.
And it's important to note, Williamson County and Hayes County both had more early votes this time than in 2020. So the vote definitely out this time to see who's going to be taking those seats as we go through the night tonight.
People are motivated. We're excited to see you vote, Texas, and we're going to bring you all those results as they're rolling in.